This episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. With Hulu Plus, you can stream all of your favorite television shows wherever and whenever you want. You can watch the current season and episodes of Bob's Burger, Family Guy, The Following. You can also watch every episode of shows like Law & Order SVU, South Park, Archer, and Key & Peele. I was just checking out season 4, episode 2 of Key & Peele, where they did a bit on steampunks, and I highly recommend you check it out. Right now, sign up to huluplus.com/ICET and get 2 weeks full access completely free. That's right, free. That's huluplus.com/ICET. So get with it and start streaming TV now with Hulu Plus. This episode is also brought to you by Audible. They're the world's leading provider of audiobooks with over 150,000 titles to choose from. And you get one free just by going to audible.com/ICET. That's right. You get a free audiobook and a free 30-day trial at audible.com/ICET just for listening to this show. Real readers get their audiobooks from Audible.
Upon initial contact with Ice-T's music, I had envisioned him to be an ill-mannered and psychologically unstable man with an extremely uneducated and barbaric frame of mind, whose raps displayed nothing but ridiculous jargon, shocking sexual audacity, and repulsive images of the ghetto. However, after further analysis of his music, I can deduce that he is the epitome of anti-disestablishment terrorism, who embodies the entire spectrum of the urban experience and struggle. But to make things more plain and simple to the layman, I find Ice-T to be the dopest, flyest, OG pimp, hustler, gangster, player, hardcore motherfucker living today. To be honest, I am totally and completely on his dick.
Welcome to the Ice-T Final Level Podcast, featuring your co-host, Mick Benzo, and your host,
Ice-T.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is Ice-T and Mick Benzo on Final Level Podcast number 27.
Number 27 podcast done. In the can.
In the can. And we've been dealing with lots of people that we really care about. You know, I had Tretch on here.
Yeah, Mobb Deep on here.
I had Mobb Deep on here.
We had Chris Rock on here.
Chris Rock. We had Kool Keith.
We had Plexico too.
We had OG Busy B on here.
Oh, the Chief Rocker Busy.
And during his interview, I think it was the last interview.
Yeah, that was number 26.
He mentioned somebody.
Yeah, I told her we gonna find that somebody.
Next, you know, she's on my line. She calls me, and now
she was upset too. She was upset. Said the guy pulled a trick on her.
No, she wasn't really upset. She just said you can't say my name because that's what she gets. That if you speak this woman's name, she will pop up on you.
Yeah,
and this is somebody from my era of hip hop when I really, like, I don't even know. When I was got a chance to meet her, I was like, okay, I don't know. You know, I don't want to be, gotta be careful because I don't want to be in no diss record. The Immortal.
Yeah.
Roxanne. Shante is in the building with us.
Thank you, baby.
Roxanne, Shante, what's up, mama?
With that intro, y'all made it seem like I was the devil. Like, say her name and she will appear.
We fished you out. We fished you out.
I always was careful, Roxanne. I said I'm never gonna date a rapper girl because I don't want to end up in a rap. You know what I'm saying? And in them days, you were known as a battler.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When we had Busy B up here, Busy B said something. I'm not really sure though. Did y'all battle?
I tuned into the podcast because, just like you say, you mentioned the name of the devil and they do appear. And so many people had hit me up and they said, Busy B was actually on a podcast and he told the fact that he had fooled me. Like it was, he had told me we had a battle and I went for world supremacy.
Okay.
Now, what a lot of people don't understand is that there is a title out there for that. And that's back when hip-hop was mainly based on talent. Mm-hmm. That's before people started to listen with their eyes. Right. Which is what they do now. Okay. If it looks good, it sounds good.
Got you.
So before people listen with their eyes, when they really listen with their ears, it was a fact of true talent. Right. So I went for world supremacy because I knew I was hot in the streets. Mm-hmm. I knew I was hot in the clubs. I knew what I was doing.
And you wasn't scared?
Not at all. Never scared.
A young lady from Queens.
Straight from Queens.
Woo!
14 years old. Busted on the scene and said, okay, that's it.
14. Speak on it. Oh, I love it.
14 years old.
I knew she was going to go in.
Well, you know, I had my first battle, believe it or not. My first battle was done when I was 10 years old, and you can look it up online because a man actually went and he dug up the first man I ever battled. I was 10 years old. It was for $50. My mother spent 50 cents on the bus. We went to Woodside Projects. She took me to the project. She said, now listen, I'm going to spend this $1 because it was going to cost us 50 cents there and 50 cents back.
Oh, shit. You didn't have to pay. You was free. You was right.
I was free. You know, okay. Well, you know, that's how we did it. Yeah. You know, she just go on the bus, you go ahead, and then your mother just pay. So that's why we didn't pay the 2 fares. And she actually took her time out and said, okay, look, I'm going to take you. And she took me to Woodside Project. And I remember the DJ actually having to take his albums out of the milk crate and for them to turn the milk crate over for me to stand on it because my opponent was taller than me.
Too short. You was short.
Exactly. So in order for me to do my delivery, and I remember looking at my mom and saying, you know, can I say bad words?
Oh, you want to say curse words?
And she was like, say whatever the fuck you got to get that $50.
Ooh. Go, mommy.
Because that's what we came here for.
Right. That's when we came for that money.
We came for that $50, and I actually won the $50, and that was the big
10 years old.
10 years old.
And then 14, you battled Busy B.
Yes. They said I had what was called like the Nipsey Russell syndrome, where you can look at items. It was just a fact of being able to come off the top of your head and for it to make sense.
That's called freestyle.
Exactly.
That's called freestyle.
Exactly.
I don't think rappers today know what that is. That's freestyle, where you can pick something out.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. You know, like sitting here at the table and I'm looking at the water, thinking about the times when I should be with my daughter. My phone started ringing. People start, you know, like that.
Right. I love it. Right.
That's Roxanne, when did you get signed to Culture?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Pause. Now see, Mickey likes to give these stories and then he gets so excited he jumps ahead.
Okay,
so
leave that one.
Busy B told a story and he said that you guys was in a contest and then he told you that it was okay to curse.
Yes. He actually said that to me.
And he knew
that you couldn't curse.
So he set her up to be disqualified.
Yes, he did.
But did you spank his ass anyway?
Yes, I did.
Hit it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hit it. Hey, 2 weeks ago at the place to be, and they were standing in line to see who a Busy B. Hung up the curve in my 98, and then I rushed inside so I won't be late. Hey, the party is packed where you couldn't even move. Now everybody's rocking to the Busy B's groove. 4, 1, 2, 3. Hit it.
Once upon a time in a place called the Ville, when I was walking through the projects, you know, trying to chill, all of a sudden, this guy came up to me. He said, you're fly, Frosty high, talk to guys, don't know why. And there ain't a guy who can't pass you by. I looked at him and I said, no lie.
4, 1, 2, 3. Hit it. I was raised in the sun, I'm strong as an ox. I'm kinda slim, trim, but I'm fine as a fox. And right about this time, I just want y'all to know I choose the life that they call a disco. So get up on your feet and let your fingers pop, because the Busy B is here and I'm ready to rock. And before I go, and before I quit, I'm gonna give you some more of this Busy B. Hit it. One, 2, 3. Hit it.
I'm a devastating MC, and that's a fact. Never known to rock, always known to do that. Yes, known to rap and be the top of my class, just to bust all the other MCs on their ass. My rhymes are deaf, could never be weak. Every word I say is definitely unique. Don't you know that I can rap and do it very well? And I tell Busy B to go to hell.
And I am a man with a master plan. I make pimp turn tricks with the wave of my hand. I am the man that'll rock on the phone, and I'm drugging and grooving on the microphone. Crash your dance to the rhythm, cause the rhythm is sweet, and everybody loves who? Busy B. 4, 1, 2, 3. Hit it.
Before we came out here, we told ourselves a pack. He said, don't get up there and talk like that. But see, now he dissed me. He made me shame. And talking about Busy B is his name. What is a B? It can't go with me. I stomped that shit in a 1, 2, 3.
4, 1, 2, 3. Well, if you wanna just battle, y'all can listen to me. You can take a couple lessons from who? A Busy B. A Busy B's another brother that rocks the best. Act the north, the south, the east, and west. They say he walks around all Adidas down with medallions around his neck. He got diamond rings and all type things that keep the girls in deep check. Hit it.
cute, I think that it was funny. But we all know who makes the most money. We all know who is getting paid. Who some, yes, who ain't got the man. We all know, yes, I think it's cute. But Busy Bee, how many times you gonna wear this suit?
1, 2, 3. Busy Bee is my name, yo, and that's the fact. And you can't beat that with a stick ball bat. I'm gonna give you a little soap and a towel in the cup, cause the bum MCs are all washed up. And I know I rock.
Okay, that was cute. I think that's
what
nice.
happened?
What happened? 2. You's a nappy head nigga, you ain't getting bigger. If I had a gun, you know that I would pull the trigger. You just can't hang, and that is right. And you say you wanna battle me on the mic. Busy Bee, what? I think you's a slut. I wanna tell you something if you was in a red now. Busy Bee, huh? Tell you the approach. Let me tell you something, you look like a roach.
Please get out my face with the master voice. That ain't what the people hear with the choice. The music is sweet. They wanna hear who's gonna rock like me. You's a MC that came from way back. Never had an MC that had it like that. You always on down, you wanna be like me. One and only man, Busy Bee.
Let me tell you, you know you're through. What you say? I'm younger than you. I can't be an MC that's way from the back. You need to do it over cause you know you're whack.
That's right.
Telling you something, get it together. The hat you wearing, the shit ain't even leather. You wanna play games and you wanna get loose? Well, we all know who got the juice.
Okay, that's it. The back, that's it. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. All right, come on out, come on out, come on out, come on out. Come on out. Let's hear it for both of them. Chief Rocker Busy Bee, Queen of Roxanne Shante.
But I was really hurt for a very long time behind that because I felt that I really truly deserved to hold world supremacy because I didn't come into hip hop to be a great female rapper. I came into hip hop to be a great rapper, not a great female rapper. So most of the times my opponents were only male. There weren't any females. I never battled a Sha Rock. I never battled a Pebbly Pooh. I never battled anyone else because I felt that I was too good for a girl and I didn't want to do that to them. So I just went straight in for whoever they said was the best. So whoever was the best, that's who I went looking for. And there were a lot of times when I would show up to like clubs like the SNS Club when they would hold these different battles and they would say, there's a little girl at the door and she wants to get in on the battle. And they'd say, tell her to smile first. And at the time, very few African-American children from the hood had braces.
Right.
But I happened to have braces. They said, tell her to smile. And when I smiled, they said, she got braces, she can't come in.
Oh, they were banning you.
Yeah,
they were banning the girl with the braces.
You know what? There's so much to talk about with Roxanne.
The girl with the braces.
Now you and Busy are cool. That's all.
Absolutely. You know what it is?
Cool.
You know,
you learned a lesson.
Yes, I did.
Never listen to the opponent.
Exactly. But you have to understand too. I'm coming from an era where Busy Bee. I'm looking up to Busy Bee because these are who I actually model myself behind. Busy Bee, the Kumo D's, the Grandmaster Cass. I mean, the real true MCs. I know I can be like them. That's who I am. Wow. So for him to tell me on the side of the stage, listen, go out there and do your shit the way you do your shit. Right. Don't worry about the rules. Ain't no rules for you. You Roxanne Shante. Ain't no rules for you. You go out there and you get them. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, we done got everybody out the way. We done got them all out the way. You know why? Because they were scrubs. They were scrubs and they all gone. Who's left? Just the two best in the world. Just me and you. That's right. It's just me and it's just you. That's right. So it's just us two left, baby. That's it. Now you going out there
Ali.
and
he sound like Muhammad Ali.
He was the perfect hype man. He was the perfect hype man. He's telling me all of this through the curtain. Now listen, it's Chief Rocker Busy Bee, and I'm trying to tell you right now, ain't nobody better than us. Nobody in the world is better than us. Now going out there and say your shit the way I said, but they said I can't curse. You can say what you want to say. Ain't no rules for you.
Ooh.
So as soon as I got out there, the first thing I said was, did my rhymes. They was like, yeah, that's great. Da da da. Then I was real hype. He was like, now see, you didn't curse that last time, but you got to win him over. Now you really want to win him over? Just go on and loose and do your shit. And I went out there, cursed, and got disqualified. And and I think that was the first and only time I ever cried at a battle. Like I literally cried because I just knew I was going to walk away with this world supremacy. But then Curtis Blow, who I'm friends with now, who I love and respect, and it took me years to get over that. And I said to him, I said, why did you do that? Because I still could have won. I only lost by 1 point.
Right.
Curtis said, what does she need to lose?
Curtis.
Yeah, he said, what does she need to lose? And they said, man, she can't lose unless you give her like a 2. He said, all right. And he wrote 2 on his thing and gave me a 2.
Oh,
how about that? Hey, well, you know what? We got a lot to talk about with you because your career is illustrious. It's been long and it's gone in a lot of different routes. And here on the podcast, that was just an opening segment right there.
Yeah.
That was just an opening segment.
But there's just one last part that I think everyone needs to hear about it is the fact that when I did finally approach Curtis about it, I said to him, I said, why did you make it that I lost? And he said, you know what? In 1985, the world was not ready for the best in hip-hop to be a little girl.
Ooh.
They would not have taken the genre serious.
Wow.
And you have to understand that, Shante. He said it really had nothing to do with you. It's just that hip-hop was now getting a certain platform, and it was a certain way that things are looked at and viewed, that the best in the world just could not have been you at that time.
Wow.
How about that? You know, and it's funny, we got a 6 degrees of separation, though. My first rap contest that I ever was in L.A. at a place called the Carolina West. I was just a guy in the audience, and they had rappers getting up there. I didn't even have a rap name, Curtis Blow. And I won that contest. Wow. And that night, against guys that thought they was rappers, I just had rhymes that I had made up. And, you know, I'm a player. I got some rhymes.
So you got rhymes with
just some rhymes, you know. I got up and said my little bullshit rhymes and won the damn contest. And I was like, man, Curtis Blow is a real live rapper. Like, you know, if he thinks I'm good,
then I'm good.
I might need to try this and get more serious about it. And, you know, that's when I got home. I said, I need a name. You know, I need a name. And my boys at that time have been calling me Iceberg for Iceberg Slim. But Iceberg don't rhyme with nothing. So my first name is Tracy. So we got shortened and made it Ice-T. And there it was. But that was after the Curtis Blow thing. When I was rhyming the Curtis Blow, I didn't even...
Well, Curtis did you justice and made Roxanne feel bad.
No, but you know what? It made her stronger, too.
But she understood what he said about, you know, where hip-hop was going at that time.
And Busy B taught her a lesson
but Busy
don't trust
was
the opponent.
One who really did it. The opponent never listened to the opponent.
What's that bullshit?
Never listened to the opponent. He's going to tell you throw a right because I'm going to go to the left. He's going to the left. He's going to hit you with his right. You know, that's what he did. You know, he's a 1-2 man, you know. But let's get into the podcast.
Hey, you ready?
Do it.
You
Absolutely,
ready?
babe.
Okay, Final Level Podcast number 27 with the world's famous Roxanne Shante on the show. And this is news.
Oh, man, news. Gee whiz, man. You know what's happening in the news today is just too chaotic, man. You know, I think what's going on in our society today is a very, very fucked up thing. People are turning people against each other. You got all communities standing up with each other.
The most recent thing, now we know that we're doing these podcasts is in advance. So we tend to talk on news. It's not totally current because this podcast probably will be out 3 weeks or 3 or 4 more weeks after we actually make it.
Right.
But what's going on right now really is the big threat that we got from North Korea.
Yes.
You know, dealing with the movie. And, you know, and we'll talk about movies in the movie segment. But, you know, just the fact that another country can call us and basically say, if you do this, we're going to do terrorist threats, and Sony Pictures and people to back off. Well, it's one of those things.
I can't really be that upset because the simple fact, if someone makes a movie right now about our president of the United States of America to say they're going to kill him, we wouldn't like that.
Right.
We wouldn't like that.
Well, you cannot threaten the president of the United States. There's a term, basically, you go to jail for that. You know, if you get on this podcast, I'm just saying, but I'm saying it's illegal.
Okay, so it's not illegal to make one against North Korea, president?
No, I guess it is. You know, and
it's unfair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be politically correct with it. We wouldn't like that.
Okay.
So why do we think someone else should not catch an attitude about what you're talking about, their president. Man.
But what was actually told and what was revealed, because I sat back and I was actually watching the news. You know, sometimes I do watch the regular news of the masses, but then I watch the news that rules those in the masses. So watching that type of news, you know, you have your CNNs, your other names, and so forth and so on. But they said that the threat actually did not come from Korea. That it was actually a woman
inside of Sony
who used to work in Sony, who leaked it. And not only did she leak it, but she also started the whole thing about it being a possible threat, which to me was shocking, where just plain hearsay would be able to just change the whole world, just a matter of just one person saying one thing. Now, I understand that a lot of us now are very technical, so a lot of things have to do with the internet, and everybody has their smartphones, but you know for a fact how one rumor can just spread out and cause mass hysteria. Mass hysteria. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't put it past Sony, not saying I have anything against Sony. I mean, I never got royalties from them, but that's another story. But you know, I'm just saying I wouldn't put
We'll work on that.
Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't put anything past Sony to know that maybe they had a movie that was not of standards, where a lot of money was spent and they needed to stir up some type
That's
of
what Mickey
interest.
said. Mickey said chase people to the theater.
We said that in our last podcast with Busy Bee. We think that doing that actually chase people into the theaters to think it's so patriotic. We got to stand up. We got to go see it. But I still go back to, I don't think we should make movies about somebody else's president. Even in comedy.
Anytime you make a movie about killing someone who's real, you dig? Like when you watch zombie movies, it's okay, we can kill all the zombies. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? You can make a movie, you can do shows about that. Even in video games, you're killing aliens.
Right.
You know, but when you start putting a face on it and you say, we gonna kill this person, and this person happens to be alive.
A real name,
I don't want to see nobody, they make a movie about murdering you, Ice.
See? You would not.
I wouldn't think it was funny.
You wouldn't like that. And it wouldn't be funny. So I understand. Even if they didn't do it, that's foul that Sony would even do a movie that way. Yes. That's not comedy.
And that might not be...
That's not comedy.
And they may not be our allies. That might be so-called the enemy. But then at the end of the day, the enemy has the right to say, motherfucker, we'll get it in with you over this shit. You dig? So I think what happened, what you're saying is, why are you surprised if it really happened from North Korea? And then what Shante is saying, how can some one person just trigger this chain reaction? Mm-hmm. Then could it be a conspiracy where Sony did it just to get us to go see a whack movie?
Because we're talking more about this movie would never have been spoken about.
Right.
And from what I heard, it was whack. Did you see?
And everybody's saying it's garbage. Not garbage, but garbage.
And I like Seth and them. I think they're good actors, but it gets...
and on the other hand, they're funny. They're very talented. But to do that, well, that was movies.
This Final Level Podcast number 27 with the infamous Roxanne Shante. Now, you get infamy when you're known for just handling things your way. Yes. Handling her business. And this is TV. What you watch anything on TV, Shante? You got any favorite shows, reality shows? What shows?
I don't watch reality shows. The reason why I don't watch reality shows, unfortunately, the reason why I don't watch reality shows...
I bet I know why.
...is because my reality is reality show type TV. So I don't have time to watch someone else's fake reality when my reality is so real. So I just can't grab onto it for some reason. It just doesn't seem real to me.
Okay, so I got a good question for you, because I've been very outspoken about this type of stuff, and now we got a real live sister on the podcast. How you feel about Love and Hip Hop and all that drama?
I feel as though Love and Hip Hop is more so like a soap opera for those who need to live other people's lives because there's nothing going on in their own lives. So therefore they get a chance to live through these characters, vicariously through these characters. And so they need to see drama. People who live for drama. We live in a society who likes drama. People like to go to work and see people fight at work rather than get along. People like to go to people's homes, cause friction, cause conflict, then want to leave and see what happens. So we are...
Why do you think we like drama? Does it make us feel better?
I think that's what it is. I think there's a lot of times people just don't like to see people happy because they're lacking that happiness in themselves. See, me, I'm a happy person.
Right.
So because I'm a happy person, no one can make me unhappy but me. That's just how I feel.
That's right.
So like, if you know,
you can feel it when you're around you. You're a happy person.
So I mean, you can ask any of my ex-husbands. They'll tell you, like, if I'm not happy,
it's going
then baby, Shantae's about to get happy. and unfortunately, your unhappiness won't affect that at all.
Right.
You know, right. That's a good answer, but I think myself, when we were speaking a couple.
But there's a market for it.
No, it is a market.
It's a huge market.
A while back, we were talking about that. It's just like, I think people just so excited to get on TV, they would do anything to look stupid.
To stay on television.
Yeah.
And I said that, you know, all the negative stuff, because, you know, me being a hardcore gangster rapper, and we throw the word bitch and this, that, and the third, and I said, I don't think that anything has done, no matter what a male rapper has said, nothing has done anything to damage women like these reality shows and the way they show out on these shows. Would you agree with me, since I'm sitting right
Absolutely. I think what they have done, it has been disgusting. The vision and the expectation of now female in hip hop is she needs to be this raunchy, weave wearing, matte lipstick wearing,
we'll fight you on sight.
We'll fight you on sight. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of them are just not built like that. You know, I have 7 sisters who fight on sight, which means no camera is needed for them to set it. You know, they don't even have to be too much friction. I have a sister who does it off the thought. Well, she looked like she thought she was going, you know.
Right. So it's the thought ass.
I have one of those thought ass.
But don't you think that, you know, don't you think when, you know, when you see that, like, you know, I'm like, because I like told people, I said, you know, when the word ratchet came out, right? I said, you know, my definition of a ratchet is a hood rat in designer shoes with a designer bag. Like, it's like when the girls with a hood rat, we knew they was grimy, but now these girls got fine designer clothes, but the first minute they open their mouth,
you already know.
It's like, yo, the girls really meet each other. In real life, I mean, you just met Coco. You met Coco a few times.
Absolutely.
Y'all are very respectful toward each other. Women tend to try to be nice to each other. Do you women just want to walk up?
But you know what?
Fight?
That's a different level of woman. See, we're a different level of woman. So we can meet another strange woman and we see the good in her. We see something she has nice and we admire it. Right. We don't envy it because it's something that we too are able to obtain. When you see a man's true wife and you can truly be a wife and you have wife tendencies in you, you respect his wife. But if you don't have any of that in you, you don't know how to approach her. You don't know how to speak to her. You can't sit at a table. See, I myself can be a person who sits at a table filled with married couples and no one feels uncomfortable.
Right.
Why? Because I know what it's like to be a wife. So I know how to be respectful. Then you have other women who choose to not know how to do that because they would never be that. She's not wife material. So she can't really be in wife company. You know, there's certain things.
Roxanne,
we need to keep her on the podcast.
We're not getting into counseling with you.
No, she needs to be on the show.
No, this is what she do.
So
you know,
sorry,
she counsels people.
So
not
sorry
right
about
now.
No, but
we're gonna get into that.
I love it. You know, no, when someone's dropping that reel, you just can't do nothing but listen.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're going to get to her counseling in a minute. She loves to do this. That's why she's Dr. Shante.
Hey, so
believe it, baby.
So TV, we don't watch reality.
No.
Because we live in reality.
Yes, we do.
And and looking into other people's realities isn't really helpful. It's just a kind of a way of transferring your
it's a distraction from your own reality. And then you wonder why, they wonder why their lives are so stagnant. It's because you've concentrated on someone else's reality and didn't take care of yours. I'm too busy taking care of my own reality, so,
Hey, check that out. That was TV, which turned into a philosophy session.
Yeah, a counseling session.
And that was TV on reality. Today's TV segment is brought to you by Hulu Plus. With Hulu Plus, you can stream all your favorite television shows whenever and wherever you want. You can watch the current season of Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, and the following. You can also watch every episode of shows like Law & Order SVU, South Park, American Dad, and Workaholics. So use Hulu to make sure you get caught up on all the SVU goodness. Tweet me while you're watching because I always love hearing what you got to say about my show. You might even get a final level tweet. Thanks to all of you who have kept us going for so long, including r/television subreddit. You guys are why we do it. Hulu Plus works on your computer, smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, Xbox, PlayStation, just pretty much any streaming device you already own. Right now, sign up at huluplus.com/ICET and get 2 weeks full access completely free. That's huluplus.com/ICET. All right? So get with it and start streaming TV now with Hulu Plus. This Final Level Podcast with Roxanne, Shante, in the house, Mick Benzo, and this is sports. Shante, you like sports?
Yes, I do.
Well, because
I like athletes. I like an athletic body, and so.
Oh, you like how they move, how they jump.
Women got it good.
I'm trying to be truthful.
Right.
Women got it good, man. I always tell my wife, I'm like, where can a man go and see a bunch of physically fit women running around in tight outfits all day long? They got football, they got basketball, they got baseball, and all these dudes is jocks, athletic,
absolutely
rich. Why wouldn't a woman like?
What you like about the sports this year?
Well, okay, let's just say the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. I feel that they're definitely gonna go all the way.
Speaking on it,
and
well, we had Busy Bee talking about Green Bay and all that shit.
Well, no, I'm not going to agree with that one.
Yeah,
I'm not going to agree.
We know.
I'm not going to.
That's the opponent. We're not going to agree with it.
And I'm going to say this much about as far as basketball goes. I'm a Knicks fan all day. So even when they lose, I'm still a Knicks fan. I'm one of those people that's just loyal like that. So I don't switch teams. No matter what takes place, I'm going to always be a Knicks fan. So I can't really comment on anybody else right now. I feel like as if my brothers are in a fight and they're losing, and if they're in a fight and they're losing, I can't jump in and help them. But overall, I'm not going to down them because I know that they're going to come back and they are eventually going to win. That's just how it is. I'm from the projects. You don't lose every fight.
No.
Man. That's what a real fan is. They say
that's what it is. I'm just
but I can't be there for the Raiders because they done lost so much. Filled it with cement, dumped a truck on it, parked it. People always like, Ice, y'all put the Raiders on the map, you and Cube and all y'all. I said, yeah, because it was a black hat. And they was in LA. Oakland, that's another Raiders, you know what I'm saying? But, LA don't even got a team right now. So, I love Kobe. Kobe basically has taken over the number one scorer, right? He scored more points than Michael Jordan now.
Yeah.
So Kobe, and Kobe's just a bad motherfucker. I met Kobe when he first got in the NBA. He can rap too.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, he can rap. He's a fly dude.
But I'm still a Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
that's my man.
Now hold up, we'll pause. So you say
no.
Carmelo and Kobe.
I am a Carmelo Anthony fan. Kobe is your guy. He's not Michael Jordan because he broke a goddamn record.
But Carmelo can fuck with Kobe.
Let's get it on.
If we can make that happen.
Let's be honest.
I'm being honest.
Brian
is a motherfucker.
Listen, I'll sell tickets to
him. He wins championships now. Don't get me started.
We need help over there. You used to do that when I used to come to LA. I never forgot to go to LA up in the hills and Chicago Bulls is playing. This guy got sneakers he would buy a Jordan. He wouldn't wear them. He just throw the sneakers. Look at Jordan. Woo! Sneakers in there.
Sneaker through the room. Like Jordan is
look at Jordan. Just sneak up in. Woo! I never forget that. But now you was down with Jordan.
No. My basketball player of all time is Allen Iverson.
Oh shit, AI.
Yeah.
AI.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
AI.
The answer.
AI.
I liked his swag. Damn it. Did I say that word? They took that word. I used to say swagger back in the days. These niggas took it, bastardized the word. I won't even use it no motherfucking more.
So we'll eliminate that.
Yeah, but his flavor, the tats, the braids, the little man on the court.
The braids. He came in with the braids. They didn't like that. Remember, they're like, you got to get the. Listen,
exactly.
I'm going to play ball. Don't look how I'm looking.
I admire him so much. I met him. The dude is like 1 inch taller than me.
I used to live around the corner from me when I lived in Hampton.
He made me feel like I should have been in the NBA.
I lived at 123 Potion Place in Hampton, and Allen Iverson lived around the corner. We used to hang out.
So what do you think was his downfall? And this is just me speaking to you guys. What do you think happened?
Too outspoken. Want to be a rapper, and he was saying things that they didn't appreciate. You know what I mean?
So you think that's
then when he started telling the coach, I don't have to come to practice because I'm that good. Nobody's bigger than
So in other words, you would say that it was his surroundings. A lot of these athletes, a lot of these professionals, what they do is they fall. It's the surroundings, the people who they have around them. Surrounded by too many yes men will eventually become a no.
Because remember, you're not bigger than the game. You're not bigger than the game. You should be at practice. You don't tell me I don't need to practice.
And I always wonder, like, you know,
maybe it might have been something
AI's
else.
still my man though.
I love him. But I always wondered what it was like to try to coach a pro team. Like, how do you coach 15 multi-millionaires? You know, they got their own jets, they got their own, you know, the power of having those people pay attention.
Oh, you must have never seen me work a room, huh?
But you know,
you want me to tell you? I'll tell you how you do it.
I just know that it's got to be different. It's not like you coaching like a high school team where these kids want to play. You're dealing with all of them are superstars.
Pat Riley had no problem coaching them. He let them know how it goes.
They have to respect that coach.
He's just as smooth. And he's got just as much money. Yeah. He doesn't even have to play. And if he don't want you to play, he'll sit you on the bench.
I think
you either want to be a part of this game and a part of my team that I'm putting together, or then sit down. I ain't got no problem with you sitting down.
But that's Pat Riley. Do you think every coach has that power?
But I think every coach needs to. I think in order to have your team respect you, they need to see you as a respectable person. So therefore, you can never be coached by your peers. I don't care how much it's done, what they say. Your peers can't coach you. That's just like one of your friends wanting to be your manager. You'd be like, okay, listen, you may be able to give me a little bit of insight, but you can't manage me. You can't manage this. And I think that's what it is. I think in order to be a coach, you need to be in that position. There needs to be a certain prerequisite set. Like, okay, you can tell me how you can tell me how you can make me a champ, but you need to be a champ first.
No, I'm saying you said Jason Kidd shouldn't be a coach.
I'm not saying that. I think he did very well. I'm not saying that. I think he did very well. Now,
he is their peers because he did what they did. He can show them what he did as he played.
I understand what you're saying.
But he came in from a respectable position, because I think what he was he was a leader already. So they seen him in a leader's position. He didn't pop bottles with them. He didn't hang in clubs with them. When he came in, they got quiet. He had that E.F. Hutton effect when he went into the room with them, which made them get quiet and everyone listen. But see, we can't you can't be one of us now all of a sudden we done voted you the leader, and now, or rather we didn't vote you the leader, the outside voted you the leader, and now we have to listen to you, not when we've seen you in compromising position. It's just like I myself as a mom, while my children were growing up, even though I've had a few husbands, the fact was I didn't have my few husbands until after my children were already grown. Reason why was because I always felt that there were certain things you couldn't even allow your children to see in order for you to keep a certain authoritative position. You need to be able to say, look, don't play no games with me, I'll wear your ass. You need to have certain things that they did not see about you. And I think that's the same way it goes with teams. I just honestly feel that.
That's dope. Well, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's like sports are crazy right now. All the teams are juggled. She says the Seahawks. I can't go against the Seahawks. I mean, they're an incredible team. I never talk down on Green Bay because I don't care who you are. Nobody wants to play in that weather. I think Green Bay is just a naturally tougher team than anybody in the league. Just dealing with.
They got a tougher skin.
I got off the plane up there and they were like, you going to the game? I'm like, are you motherfucking kidding me? I can't even get from the airport. Y'all finna go sit in some bleachers? Like, you're losing your So their fans are special. But, you know, I respect what Shante was saying. I respect everything she says. But about the coaching, I did say it's got to be difficult. And like you say, if you don't come in from that heavy respect position, how do you coach people that have so much?
It's just too hard.
They're just so wealthy and rich. And that was sports. This is Final Level Podcast number 27. And this is the music segment. And since we've got somebody who is a legend in the music industry, it's a chance.
A female at that.
Yeah. Legend. She told me she didn't want to be a female. She said she just wanted to be a rapper.
But she is a female.
Yeah, we can't leave it out. She is a female. But, you know, one of the rawest people, and has a very interesting story in hip-hop up to today. And I'm just so glad to have her on the show. Roxanne Shante.
Thank you, babe.
So now you've been interviewed by a lot of people, but now Ice, you know, when these niggas can ask anything, it's gonna ask some real questions. But I'm a MC like you,
okay, and I'm gonna give some real answers. So
and it's real simple. It's like, you know, you started off the show telling us you were 10 years old wanting to rap. You battled at 14 years old. When was your first like step truly into the game? Like when did you meet Marley, or was it then?
No. When did you get signed?
No, not signed, but when?
Then we're gonna go into Coachella.
No,
I'm going that building.
Mickey, I'm ahead of that. I want to know when.
I know it was gonna be?
Yeah, when did she move toward a studio? When it was the time to make records?
The very first time I went into a studio. I was going down into the ramp. People who live in the housing project can remember when all the laundromats used to be under the buildings in the ramp.
Oh, they still is.
So you had to go down the ramp and in order to go to laundry. So I'm going down the ramp in order to go to the laundry because my mom was vicious about her laundry. No matter what was going on, she always wanted laundry done. She just was a fanatic for it. So I'm going down the ramp with the shopping cart, and I look up on the second floor. Marley's windows right above the ramp. So he happened to
Queensbridge?
This is in Queensbridge.
Did you know him?
Yeah, I knew Marley because I grew up with Marley. Okay. So, you know, anytime you heard music on the block, it was because Marley was DJing in his house and he had his speakers in the window. So he would DJ for everybody to hear the music outside. So he was already known.
That's dope.
So he had the speakers in his window. So he turned the music down and he put his head out the window. He said, "Yo, Shani," because very few people call me Shani. He said, "Yo, Shani." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Listen, I heard you could rhyme. And I heard you really good. Listen, come up to my house when you get a chance. I got a beat. I want to hear you spit something on it." I was like, "All right, listen, I got to do the laundry." So he was like, "Listen, put the clothes in the laundry and then come upstairs." Wow. So I was like, "All right, I'll do that," because I figured, you know what? He want me to come up there and do a freestyle. It's only going to take me about 5 or 10 minutes. The clothes is in the laundry. I'll go up here, do this, and then go back downstairs to the laundry. So I go inside of his house. He puts on Big Beat, which happens to be the beat that was under Roxanne. So I had just heard Roxanne like the night before. So he put on Big Beat, which was like boom, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap. So he said, "Yeah, let me just hear you spit anything." I said, "Okay, cool. Well, my name is Roxanne. And don't you know, I just
Now your name is really Roxanne.
No.
Oh. No.
So no, I'm going to get to that part.
Okay.
So I did it, and it was a freestyle, 6 minutes, 18 seconds of straight freestyle, but it made a sensible story. And he was like, "Yo, that's really good. That's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna use this." I was like, "All right, cool." 10 minutes. That's all it took. I went back downstairs, finished doing the laundry. Later on that night, now, you know, in the projects, you had that one phone that was by the kitchen, way down the hall by the kitchen, and it had that long coil. But it wasn't like today where everybody had phones right by their bed.
Right.
So the phone rings super loud. So I hear the phone ringing, and it's like 12 o'clock at night. So my mom was the one who goes off. So I was like, "Oh my God, please let somebody have died, because if that's for me,
right,
I'm going to get it.
You're going to be killed."
Yeah, this is going to be something. So I rushed to the phone before my mother could really hear it, because I heard it. I run to the phone, I pick it up. "Yo, you on the radio, you on the radio." Hung up.
What?
So now I hear the phone ring, I hang it up, and then it rings again. Now my heart is beating, because this is during the week, and my mom is gonna kill me.
I got school.
And like I just, you know, like I'm.
How old were you?
At that 14. So I'm like, "Oh my God, she's gonna kill me." So now the phone rings again. I take it off the hook. "You on the radio right now? I swear you on the radio right now. They playing your voice. I hear your voice. I hear your voice." I said, "Yo, don't call back. I'm gonna get in trouble. Please don't call back. I'm in trouble." So I put the phone on the hook and I pinched it out to remind myself, plug it back in the morning, because my mother gonna be like, "Oh, you pinched my motherfucking phone out? You don't pay no bills in here." Right. So I didn't want to go through that.
Now, pinching the phone, this is some old school shit. That's when you just take the phone out of the receiver just enough so it don't work.
It doesn't work.
Right.
But it looks like it's still plugged in.
Exactly. That's how you had to do it. So the next day, I plugged the phone in when I come outside, and I was going to Long Island City High School, which is up on the hill. So everybody was like, "Was that you last night on the radio?" And I was like, "No." They was like, "Yes, it was, because you was like, and my name is Shante," because I knew to put my name in there. I always said my name, because it's just because Shante rhymes with so many things. Day, play, say, babe. So Shante. It rhymes, so you know. And
so Shante is your real name.
Shante.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this, Roxanne Shante.
So I said, so Marley, I see Marley. I'm going into my mother's building, and I see Marley. "You got a record?" they want to make a record. I said, who has a record? What are you talking about? They upstairs right now. Give me your mother some money. This all happened in a series of 3 days.
Fly Child was giving your mama some money.
No, some people from Philly was giving my mother some money.
From Philly?
From Pop Art Records. Because New York City didn't want to give me. They didn't want to give me that shot. Mm-hmm. So my first record company was out of Philly. Some gangsters named Lawrence and Dana. They was like some real gangsters.
Wait. Now hold on. Slow up. Wait a minute. 14 years old. You washing the clothes. You go upstairs. You spit a freestyle. Marley somehow gets it on the radio
because he worked for WHBI. He was already on the radio with Mr. Magic.
And in 2 days, somebody showed up trying to give you a record deal.
Gave my mother some money.
And she made you sign.
No, my mom, what actually happened is they gave my mother some money. She never signed anything. It just allowed them to be able to go ahead and put it out.
But listen to this. Talking about making it on your own, okay? Talking about everybody, who's going to put me on? Who's going to do this? Who's that? Marley Marl.
Yes.
Made a tape.
Yes.
Played it one night on the radio, and you got a record deal.
Yes, I did.
Okay? People need to shut the fuck up with all this, I need help and I need this.
And I'm going to tell you, people say, and it turned into a phenomenon. It was like, once I did that, and once it played on the radio, this is at a time where people had to call in and request your song. Mm-hmm. So to have your song played every hour on the hour was like unheard of. You know, it's not like today where they play the same 5 artists all day long.
Okay.
You didn't have that then. Then it really, you had to truly wait your turn in order to be
Mr. Magic
heard.
played it, it was hot.
Here's a question. Here's a good question.
Yes.
Was it your genius to make the record about the other Roxanne, or was that Marley's idea?
The whole thing came up with the fact that Marley put on the Big Beat, which was the underlying song for Roxanne. Mm-hmm. So there was nothing else to talk about but being Roxanne. So I came up with the idea of being Roxanne. Marley thought it was great.
Now they hadn't had the other Roxanne.
They had not had her.
Oh, so chronologically, UTFO,
and then I came,
and you just said they were singing about Roxanne,
and
about a girl named Roxanne,
and I brought her to life.
Right, they sing about a girl naid Roxanne, and she attacked it. Then they attempted
to re-bring it to
came
life
with the girl from Staten Island, the real Roxanne.
Right, they tried to say, they said, well, no, we have our own Roxanne, because what they noticed was that Roxanne's Revenge, which was my song, had taken over the airwaves and was making so much money that it was actually killing the original Roxanne version. Because everybody would say, no, we want to hear the girl. No, we want to hear the girl. No, we want to hear the girl. So they came up with their own girl. So anytime she would perform, they was like, yeah, we got the real Roxanne. And then when she would perform, the crowd would say, no, we want the black one. He was like, where's the black one at? So I remember, even going to different states. Every state had their own Roxanne.
At 14 years old,
right?
You're on the road.
I'm on the road. And this is what was great for me, was the fact that being a battle rapper, going to all these different states and everyone having their own Roxanne. I'm Roxanne's mother. I'm Roxanne's doctor. I'm Roxanne's this. That was up my alley because I'm a battle rapper. So
how many
I have
answers
unlimited.
That record got?
113.
It's 113 answers of Roxanne, Shante, and UTFO.
Stop. Say this again, Mickey.
There was 113 answer records of my record.
But how many was UTFO answered on?
Well, I guess they would consider that there may have been 3.
Wow. And you got
113 answers. That's got to be the world record.
It is. I think they have it listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as 83 titles. And the reason why they have only 83 titles is because some record companies were like pop-up record companies overnight, and then you couldn't find the person, or either some people did tapes and sent them into the radio station and different things like that. But going somewhere, what it did was it made me, I always had to be on my P's and Q's, always had to be on my toes about someone wanting to be Roxanne. I never got a chance to enjoy it. Like, I never got a chance to enjoy being Roxanne because everybody wanted to be it.
But how could you cycle what was happening to you at 14 years old? At 14 years old, I don't even know if I understood money. Like, I was like just a kid, you know what I'm saying? I was doing dumb shit, stealing bikes and shit, you know what I'm saying? I was not on tour.
Well, that comes from being a native New Yorker, and that comes from just straight up having a hustler's mentality at a very young age, I guess.
So when did you get over to cold chilling?
Ty was working with Tyrone Williams was actually working with Mr. Magic, so I met him and Magic at the same time I met Mr. Magic. I
Fly
met
Tie.
Tyrone, which is Fly Tie. And Marley was already working with them. So my first label was Pop Art. Pop Art didn't want to pay no royalties. They was gangsters. They did what they wanted to do. And so Ty said, okay, well, you know what, y'all? We starting our own label called Cold Chillin'. So I was like, okay, cool. So it was just like it was just a natural transition from, okay, you guys don't want to pay royalties. You guys want to put us through changes. We're going over here and we're starting Cold Chillin'. So then that's how I wound up on Cold Chillin'.
Did he actually sign you until you go back to school first? Which one did Ty do?
Well, actually, the whole situation was being 14 years old, coming from a household where my mom really didn't have too much knowledge about the industry. All she knew was I was able to buy washers and dryers, and I was able to you know, because I was coming from that household filled with love. My mom, wonderful woman, I love her today. You know, we still have a great relationship. But the fact was she didn't know anything about the industry, and they took full advantage of that.
Nobody knew about the industry
right.
when it.
So they took full advantage of it, and even with me seeing Tyrone as a father figure, as a trusting figure, not having a dad in my life, you know, my mom just felt like, okay, well, you know what? She's not out here in these streets, so she's, you know, she's sending money home. She's able to do certain things. I'm going to entrust her with them. I'm going to make sure that this is the case. And so I stayed on tour for 3 years before I even had a home address. I toured for 3 years straight, had a baby on tour and everything, without even having a home address.
You know what? Any girl or anybody who wants to get in this business, you know, people line up to talk to me, just to sit around and say, Ice, you know, I want to know the game. And I'm like, the problem is the game I played to get in no longer exists. You know, getting signed to record label. So like what I did won't work for you. It's just a new game now. They want YouTube views and all that, you know.
Right.
We got signed on talent. You got signed on talent.
Absolutely.
Now they don't even have an ear to listen to the music. They just want to know how many people you have following you already. So that they want the kids to actually be their own record label before,
yes, they do.
Before they even put them out. So you got so much. I mean, I'm just blown away that it happened at 14 years old. That's just because I got nieces and nephews that are 14 and they can't even figure out where their sneakers are. You know what I'm saying? You telling them that you're going on tour and you're going out there. Well, God bless Fly High, because you definitely had to be in with some people in Marley Marl.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
looked over you. And I mean, I remember being in LA when the Roxanne wars started to happen and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, these are some hard girls. I mean, you were definitely hard. Like, it wasn't like, okay, like I said, I was like, I don't want to get on her bad side. I don't want to be in a lyric. You know? And, you know, like, I looked at all the girl rappers that were coming out in my time, and my favorite always was you and MC Light. I love Light, because Light was raw, too. You know, hot damn ho, here we go again. You know, absolutely. And I was like, Light is a rock. You know, I was like, I just felt it, and in a predominantly male game, well, you know, I didn't really feel another female MC till Lil' Kim.
Well, those
and Foxy
like,
Brown.
I mean, wasn't nothing to fuck with Queen Latifah was mean.
No, Queen Latifah, I was on tour
she was
with
more
Queen
of a,
Latifah.
Dressed, to the Queen style. Don't have to be ratchet to do it, but mean on them lyrics.
I picked Queen Latifah out on a tour bus. I heard one of her first records on a tour bus, and I always was like, not only a rapper, but I always felt I was A&R. Yes. I always felt I could, rappers want to pick rappers. Like, so rappers want to be like, that he's dope, right? And have him win. So when we pick somebody out, like I heard Jay-Z, Big Daddy Kane brought Jay-Z over my house, when he was with
that was
Jazz.
One that signed on her label too, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Kane is like,
No, I'm just saying, she was amongst some real players at her
Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap and Polo.
And you know what's so crazy is that one of the prerequisites in order to get signed to Cold Chillin' was that you had to be my DJ first. So every last one of them was my DJ first.
Who?
Really?
Kane, Biz, Shan, G, everybody was my DJ
Oh, they got
first.
signed because of you?
No, they had to be her DJ.
They had to be my DJ first.
And then Fly Child would rock with her.
And the reason why they had to be my DJ was because being on tour with me was a very, very unique process.
Wow.
One, because I never did the same show twice. which meant you had to be quick on your feet because I switch songs in the middle of a heartbeat. Like even today, I host and I still switch everything around. I'll practice it one way and then get on stage and be something totally different. And they still had to be able to jump on that and be able to do that.
How about MC Shane?
MC Shane also. And so it was just the fact of being able to know, like, okay, this is what entails on tour. This is what it looks like when a crowd is going to go crazy. This is what it looks like to have to win a crowd over. Because every crowd that I went to, I walked into, because I remember one night feeling so bad because I felt like, why don't they like me? Mm-hmm. Why is it that everywhere I go, there's somebody else that wants to be Roxanne? And why are thousands and thousands of kids in here, you know, angry? What is going on? So I actually went to my mom and I was like, Ma, you know, it's hurting me because why do they not like me? And here go my mother, Miss Peggy. You see how packed this motherfucker is in here? They pay not to like you. You see what I'm saying? See, you are the type of person that people love to hate. Now that's what it is. I'm gonna tell you like this. You are like the Alexis Carrington. Now once she made me Alexis Carrington, I don't know if you ever watched Dynasty.
Yeah, definitely.
But you know in Dynasty there was like Crystal and there was Alexis. Yeah. Now everybody liked to watch Dynasty, but you really loved it the night that Alexis was on. Mm-hmm. So my mother was like, look, you the Alexis Carrington of this motherfucker. So that's what it is. People pay. You worry when this is empty. When it's empty, then that's when they really don't like you. But right now, you go on out there. And you know what? From that day on, I walked out on stage with such a presence that I've won over every crowd. And it's been 30 years. And I have never left a crowd not standing on their feet, loving me.
Roxanne, Shante.
That's real talk. And you know what? The philosophy your mother told you is the same philosophy. I saw a movie with Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. And he says, you know, hey, people pay to see me win. And people pay to see me get my ass kicked. But at the end of the day, they all pay to see me.
They pay up.
So, you know, Mike Tyson said it best. People don't pay to see normal. And you have to be a little bit different than the average for people to be willing. You can't just be average. You have to be something special going on. But you've had an illustrious career, you know. Yes. I mean, you music-wise, then now, right now, just jumping forward, because, you know, obviously everything's worked out. You've now become a counselor. You're talking to people. Now, what made that happen for you in life? Okay,
well, of course, starting very early allowed me to retire very early, or to feel that I needed to retire very early. And Tyrone Williams was always one to push for education because he was a college graduate. And I always looked up to him because he was able to articulate. And he told me that you need to be able to deliver your words with more than just being over a beat. So therefore, you need to be a strong orator. And you need to be able, because when you're able to speak well, then people will listen.
Absolutely.
And so in order to do that, you must enhance your vocabulary. You know, you must be able to mingle in certain circles. So going to school was essential for me. And I went to school and I did not receive my doctorate. But people had already started calling me Dr. Roxanne Shante because of what I was able to do. I can be in a room with a person and when they leave the room, they feel great. So I say, okay.
Doctor, listen to this. Doc. My son, Little Ice, 13 years old, right? 23 years old, gets in the business to open up a drug dispensary, right? They selling weed in California, right? Listen to this, legally. So he gets this business. He got his guy. They go in, they opening up this thing. He's signing papers downtown, and he tells me yesterday, hey, guess what, Dad? I'm a doctor now. They made me a doctor because I'm going to give out weed to people for health reasons and stuff. I'm like, you're really, he says, the paper right here says I'm a doctor. So there's Dr. Dre, there's Dr. You're a doctor.
Should I drink Dr. Pepper?
You are. Right. Hey, you know what? I don't have a problem with you putting Dr. Roxanne Shante in front of your name because just today, I've been getting some good game. And that's really what a doctor does. He helps you.
Absolutely.
Or a professor is a master of a certain subject.
Exactly.
You know, so you could be a doctor of hip hop. I mean, I think I've earned my doctorate in this damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, who's really gonna come along and tell me something about this?
Right.
Some schools give them to you. They award them to you.
Yeah, they do. They give you. They give
Cornell would give it to you.
They'll give you an honorary doctorate. And so, because someone had already started calling me Dr. Roxanne Shante, of course you're going to have people who look it up and say, okay, listen, she does not have her doctoral degree. She does not have, a published dissertation. So I say, okay, well, you know what? Here's the situation, people.
I never said it.
Right.
They said it.
And I just never stopped them.
Right. I never said they were wrong.
So if that's not hip hop, I don't know what is. So at the end of the day, there's a certain way that you still must carry yourself. Not just because I carry myself because on behalf of Zulu, on behalf of myself, on behalf of my mom, on behalf of my beliefs, on behalf of my children, but just the fact on behalf of hip hop. So I felt that I needed to have a different presence. And in order to do that, I needed to walk away from hip hop for a moment. And I needed to regroup so that I can come back with something to say and know how to say it. And so that's what I chose to do.
When you're part of hip hop, hip hop got me out of the game, gave me a life, gave me a new identity. And people always ask me, they like, well, you on TV now. Why are you still Ice-T? I was like, because that's what got me there. I wouldn't be in the movies. I wouldn't have been in New Jack City or breaking and none of that if it wasn't for hip hop. So the fact that there is still a Queen Latifah or an LL Cool J, that's really the artist saying, I'm staying true to hip hop because I want somebody to say, I don't like rappers. Well, you watching Ice-T every night on Law and Order. What you think he is? Or them rappers is dumb. Well, you watching LL on TV. You watching Queen Latifah. But you watching Ice Cube's on TV right now. We're watching a movie he's in. And he's Ice Cube. Whether he never makes another rap record again, that's our way. We always talk about giving back because it's easy to cut ties with hip hop.
Yes, it is.
And say, peace. That was when I was young, and I'm somebody now. Now I'm Mr. Lauren Marrow. That's my middle name. I mean, that's my new actor's name, Lauren Marrow. You know, now I'm Ice motherfucking T.
All day long.
And that's Roxanne Shante.
Please believe
Or you can call her doctor because she didn't say it. That's the title you gave her. Guess what? She just never corrected you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know, and it works a lot for me now.
And you were working in schools, though, am I right?
Yes, absolutely. And I
got a 3-year contract or something like that?
Yes, and what I do is I still go around and I still speak. They still hire me to be a guest speaker. They still have me come into these different universities. And we talk about everything from hip hop to real life. And I think a lot of times people are surprised when they come to see me speak and they say, oh my goodness.
Have you written any books?
No, I'm trying to wait till I'm 50.
I wrote 3 books already. I wrote 4. I wrote 2 novels and 2 books. The trick to getting a book, this is the trick to writing your own book. Okay. It's basically, is you get a person that's a really good writer that you admire their writing, and they just do in-depth interviews. They just do in-depth interviews with you speaking your own words, you know, and just like what you're doing. And what they'll do is they'll take that, they'll put that into a book format, and then you read it and you correct it. And before you know it, you sitting in front of the guy. Doug Century did my most recent book. He writes about the mob and stuff. He came over here and for about 2 months just interviewed me with tapes, and pretty much broke the story of my life down, my philosophy and everything down. You re-edit it, because you know, sitting in front of a typewriter and writing your life is going to be difficult because you jump from things to things.
Right.
They take all the stuff you talked about your mother and they put it all in one bundle. They put your early stuff. They bring it all back so it runs in coherently, and then you look at it and say, nah, you got that wrong, and you got that wrong, and you read it again. Before you know it, you got a book.
Well, that's when I said I wanted to wait until I'm 50. I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor.
You got a lot to write.
Yeah, I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and I've been a spokesperson for not only the Breast Cancer Society, but also for the Diabetes Association, where I had where they did a multi-million-dollar campaign all throughout New York and had me on all of the bus stops and the telephone booths. Yeah, they still have a few of those telephone booths up, and you know, they had all these huge posters and everything, because what I've done is my philanthropy work really excels even what I've done in hip hop, because I'm a person who gives back. I give back with my hosting. I give back with my performances. When they need me to come and do something, I come and do it. I'm at women's shelters, you name it, I do it. And that's mainly because I felt that even my career was such a gift from God. It was just given to me with no effort.
But you need, listen to Ice. Listen to your nigga Ice. You need to be a published author. And once you do that, all your speaking engagements, all the stuff you do will balance off of that book. I speak all over the country, Black History Month. I'm all at the universities. I've done Harvard. I've done all the Ivy League schools, Yale, Dartmouth, Stanford, all those things. And a book gives you that extra ability to go in and say, a published author. And when I go in, I just basically do philosophy. I do the same thing you do. I go in, I kind of give them a little run of my life in movies, television, and all these things. Then I open it up to the floor. What do y'all want to talk about? We could. I even say something about cold chilling. I say we could talk about anything. We could talk about geopolitical politics. We could talk about that, or we could. You can ask me Big Daddy Kane's phone number. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I could take you all the way down, like I'm gonna give you Kane's phone number, right? But we can go that route, and it's really great to do. But a book, and you know who she should hook up with? Wahida
Clark. Where's Clark?
Wahida Clark. We got a female. She's a publisher and a writer, and she writes she's been on the podcast.
She wrote a lot of black novels.
Stuff like that.
She's our new ice.
Well, look at this. I came on the podcast and leaving the author.
You got something to say. I think, they say everybody's got a book in them and some people should keep it in them. But some people really have something to say. And, you got all these young sisters out here and you got all these people looking for directions, and they need to get directions from somebody who's actually been down the road.
Yes.
Versus somebody who is on the side of the road telling you about
the
road. I'm just inspired being here. So what's happening with you right at this moment? You're on the radio. I listen to you on the radio.
Well, actually right now what I do is I actually do hostings. I'm hosting in Atlantic City. I'm getting ready to start hosting in Las Vegas. I host 80s events, and what I do that makes my 80s events more unique than any other is that they're totally interactive. I'm one of those people that come out, as Mickey can tell you, I come out, I change clothes during my show.
Oh yeah.
Even during my stage show, I actually change clothes.
A performance as a host. You give a performance. Well, thank you. So you're in Atlantic City.
Yes, sir.
Recently, or it's coming up, or
actually I'm getting ready to. Well, this will probably be after New Year's Eve, but I'll be there New Year's Eve, and I'm also there once a month. Different casinos, different locations. What they can do is they can also follow my Instagram, which is everything about me is under I am Roxanne Shante. The letter I, the letter M, Roxanne Shante. That's my Twitter, that's my Instagram, that's my Facebook, and I can give them all of the details on there. All the different places that I'm hosting all over the country, because I work. Like a lot of times people wonder what old school artists do, and I love being old school, so I don't take away from that.
Classic artists, you mean?
Classic artists.
Oh, because yes. I don't know who the hell is old school. I know
well, classic artists. You know what it is? Okay, I'm going to start taking that term, classic artist. With classic, I myself as a classic hip hop artist, I do perform every weekend, so you will be able to see me at a spot near you.
Yeah, we like LL's term. Me and LL used to battle back in the days and talk crazy, but look at us. Both of us end up cops on TV. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be mad. But that back in the day, you kind of needed an opponent, because that's what helps you kind of get better and stuff. Yes. It wasn't no real hatred and stuff. But LL said he called it the golden era of hip hop. Yes. And I like that term too. You dig? So having you on the podcast is really great. We're going to take some phone calls in a minute, but it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So we're going to continue with this podcast, Mickey.
Yeah, baby. Shucks. Why not? It ain't nothing but number 27.
Now, until Roxanne Shante writes her own book, you need to head over to Audible. You can get classics such as my new Dungeons & Dragons book, Comrades at Odds, A Tale from the Legend of Driz, and my autobiography, Ice, From South Central to Hollywood, okay? Audible is the world's leading provider for audiobooks with over 150,000 titles to choose from. You can even listen to audiobooks anywhere. They have whisper sync technology that makes sure you never lose your place when you switch devices, and it even lets you switch between listening to an audiobook and reading an ebook on your Kindle. Now that's the business. For a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial, go to audible.com/iced. That's audible.com/ICET. You'll be saving money and you'll be helping to keep the podcast free. Thanks again to Audible. Hey, yo, this is Ice-T, Mick Benzo, and the one and only Roxanne Shante.
Yes, yes.
And this is Philosophy. Now, the Philosophy segment is brought to you by my Final Level Twitter page, and I do this thing called the Daily Game. And the other day I wrote, a lie travels around the world 3 times before the truth gets a chance to put its pants on. Also, people usually are more willing to believe a lie because lies are usually sensationalized, where the truth is kind of blah.
Yes.
And people like sensationalized things. So how you feel about that? It's philosophy on our show is more like the Daily Game. We just try to give you something you can live with. How you feel about that, about lies and the truth?
I mean, I believe that. I like that saying. I really like that a lot.
Let me hit it. Can I give it to you again?
One more time.
A lie travels around the world 3 times before the truth even gets a chance to put its pants on.
Whoo! I like that. Now, see, that's the naked truth. You see, that's where the naked truth comes in at, because you notice I had to put his pants on.
Or his dress on.
It was the naked truth. So that's what it was. Okay. Honestly, I do believe that. I believe the fact that, but the thing about it is, the real will always outlive a lie. See, a lie will always fade. It will lose its momentum. So it can only go around the world 3 times, but the truth's going to keep going around the world.
Once it does get its pants on.
Once it gets its pants on. Mm-hmm. But the fact is, yeah, I do believe that. I believe that.
It's like bad news travels wickedly fast.
It does. What I'm saying? And you can't fix it.
And even with the press, like, they want to use the negative to get people to listen. Like, I'll give you an example. Building the crib, right? So instead of saying Ice and Coco are building the crib, they go, Ice and Coco's neighbors are angry with them about them building their crib. Now, our neighbors love us.
Right.
But they won't get as many views or watches if you just say Ice and Coco are working on a house. That's not...
They need negative press for people to pick up papers.
Mm-hmm. Because people are drawn to that. Yeah, people are drawn to that.
You were talking about that earlier.
People are drawn to that. They don't want the happy. They don't want to see that.
And usually
reality show.
And usually lies are negative. Now, a lot of lies go on now, especially in our field, hip hop, with the rappers fronting and faking and stuff, and they saying, "Oh, I bought this or I own this" and stuff. And the kids get into that. They believe that. I was talking to somebody the other night and they were like, "Oh, well, such and such got this much." And I'm like, Where'd it come from? Like, track the movement. I mean,
you said track the movement.
Track the movement. Like, where? What? Is there a hit album I'm missing? Right. Is there something I'm missing? Like, somebody could try to count my paper, but then they got to go. I'm on TV. It's obvious.
You make a couple,
right? Yeah. So there should be a way to track it. So, but they said it.
Yeah, please. They said it. I looked. It's so funny. My daughter's away at college. Mm-hmm. So my daughter says to me, "Ma, do you know what it says about you online?" I was like, first thing I get in defense mode. Don't believe anything you see online about your mama. You already know me as a person. Don't you believe that? She said, "No, mommy. It says your net worth is $38 million."
Oh shit!
That's the net worth.
I said, "Well, find that shit. Let's get it moving."
Yeah. If y'all want to laugh, there is a net worth.
I wish the banks would look at that and use that.
If y'all want a good laugh, go to this website. They got a website and it has people's net worth, and that shit is very funny. I read my net worth and I was like, yeah.
What they said you were.
I don't want to even talk about it, but that ain't in the bank. I know that for a fact.
That's the same way I felt. My daughter's like, "Ma, I'm at college. These kids think..." I was like, listen, they gonna mess around and get you kidnapped.
No, I work hard and, I make a nice income, but then at the same time, I spend at an alarming rate.
You said an alarming rate.
Yeah, at an alarming rate. I buy shit I don't need. Coco, we just went out and bought shoes she don't need. You know, we do that because, you know, what they call it, retail therapy.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
do that. But I work and I hustle and I always have a new idea for it. But all them net worth things, I don't know what they adding up. If they added every dime and dollar I ever made in my entire life, it wouldn't add up to the number they got as my net worth. I'm like, y'all niggas is really tripping. I'm eating cereal at night. I don't know what y'all...
Definitely like cereal. The boy will get himself some milk.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm having cereal without
and
milk.
Frosted Flakes.
That's a positive lie. And it's a lot of lies out there. And
it is. And it's hard. You know what's really sad about it is the fact that a lie can come into play and wipe out all the good you've ever done.
Yeah.
But that draws attention. They just looking for attention.
And it does. It
they
wipes
want
out all the
attention.
good.
The press need attention.
But see, sometimes what happens is with a lie, if you go out and you try to, like, all right, let's say Joe Blogger says this about you. That doesn't have any weight because that's just Joe Blogger. A blogger is anybody with a computer. A blog means a web log. So the blogger comes out and says this about Roxanne and Shante. When you address them, now you've put legs
on it.
Yeah. So a lot of times as a celebrity, you just got to let the lie go. You're simply acknowledging that you even heard it makes it real. So I always go to my Obama. You know, I got an Obama scenario. You want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Okay, say me and Method Man out, and we talking about Obama's haircut. We don't like Obama's haircut, and we all on social media talk about Obama's haircut. Then he comes on the State of the Nation. He says, this is going on with ISIS over here. This is the problem with police brutality, and these are the problems of the world, and social this, and this, that, and the other. And by the way, ICE and them said something about my haircut. You know, Obama cannot address my bullshit. He's the president. He can't even let me know he even heard it.
Exactly.
He's on another level. So a lot of times with all this drama and the lies, as a celebrity or a known person, you can't address it because it lets people know that it made it to you.
Right, that you even heard it, that it even ruffled your feathers a little bit where you had to address it. Now see, we come from an era where when someone says something about you, you are supposed to address them to prove that you are not scared, to prove that you have no fear.
But that gives them credibility.
Exactly, because now you're at a whole different level in life. So you're not able to do that any longer. You're not able to go and approach everyone who says something negative about you. Instead, that's when you got to go back to what my mama said. You get paid for that. So you were supposed to enjoy that. Be worried when they're not doing that. You know, so
exactly.
You know, thank God for Miss Peggy, because
that's your mama.
Yeah, that's my mama.
So our philosophy for today is a lie is a lie. It's going to go on, but sometimes you just got to let it go, because when you, the real person, address that lie, you gave it legs. You gave it something to stand on. You gave that unknown blogger that reply from Ice-T. And now Ice-T is talking to that unknown blogger, and they get to wake up out their mama's basement and go, oh shit, they heard me. I am now somebody.
You're irrelevant.
A lie will travel around the world 3 times before the truth gets a chance to even get its pants on.
But when the pants get on and it do catch up to that lie, baby...
And that was philosophy. Okay, this is another segment of the Final Level Podcast, number 27 with Roxanne Shante, and this is called I'm Not a Hater, but I hate shit. Shante got something she hates.
I think Shante hates something.
There's got to be something that bothers you.
What really you hate? You're not a hater, but you really hate that.
What's a pet peeve you have?
Okay, I'm not a hater. But I hate when people tend to go off of what they hear other people say about a person before they get to know them.
Gotcha.
Like, I really hate that. I think that what you need to do is meet a person for yourself and then decide on how they treat you. So I really do hate, because I was raised not to hate anything, to dislike things and to change them.
It's basically prejudice what you're talking about.
Exactly. But you know, for someone to say, oh no, I don't like her either. Like, I hate when people do that, when they prejudge a person before they know them. And I think that's one of the only things I really hate.
I learned that the hard way. Want me to tell my story?
I think that comes from our projects. You know, we all grew up in projects. I hate her, so I hate her too. You don't even know her.
Exactly.
Why you hate her?
And then, you know, it's always that one person
you?
who always says, you don't even know how to say you don't like her, right?
Mm-hmm. I got a bad story about this.
Okay.
This is a bad story, and it happened to me. And I learned a fucked up lesson. I'm not even going to say the name, but there was a rapper. Mm-hmm. All right? This is back in the day, not a new rapper. This was back when I was rapping, and there was a rapper that I thought was garbage, and he wasn't good, and da-da-da-da-da, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah. When I met him, he said, Ice-T, you're my idol.
Oh, and you were hating.
I'm telling this thing's whack. So basically, he's saying I'm trying to sound like you, like you're the nigga I look up to, and I'm saying you're whack. Wow. So therefore, I made him whack, right? I was like, and he was the nicest person.
Wow.
Don't you now tell the truth?
Now
don't you really hate when it's a really nice person and they really horribly whack, like they really can't sing or they really can't rap, and they come to you and they ask you for your opinion? Don't you just hate when you have to?
I don't lie to them, though.
You don't?
No, I can't.
I got a story about that.
A lie goes around the world 3 times before the truth puts his pants on.
I got a story.
That man lived them 3 times before you put them pants on.
I got a story about that. We was in New York City, Mick. Me, Shante Mac, my dogs. So this dude walked up to his son in Times Square. He go, yo, Ice-T, I'm a rapper, man. Let me spit. Now, I hate people. I'm not a hater, but I hate motherfuckers want to rhyme to you in the street. But here he go. So he start rhyming. So he rhyming. Yo, my skills are flows, whoopty-whoopty, bap, whoopty-boop, boom. And we weren't obviously paying attention. And the niggas rhyming like this. Whoopty-whoop, and I spit da like you give a fuck about anything I'm saying.
That was funny.
That nigga Brian just said like you give a fuck about anything I'm saying, and he got our attention, and we like, nah, man, it's cold out here right now. I just felt so fucked up, and homie walked off. I know he just made a diss album about me.
I know you don't give a fuck about what I'm saying.
No, but it came right out of the flow.
Out of the flow.
I'm this and that, and I'm this and that. Like you give a fuck about anything I'm saying.
Didn't you feel bad about that?
I felt bad, but I hate people walking up to me and rapping in my ear. Oh, don't do the beatbox in my ear. Like, come on, man. When people when they get ready to do it, though, I say, no, don't rhyme to me. Give me a CD, because if you impress me, I gotta impress somebody else.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'm very encouraging. When someone comes to me and they tell me that they have a demo or they have anything, the first thing I tell them straight off the bat is, listen, I don't know how to help you get a record deal. Let me just tell you my story first, and then if you still want to give me your stuff, then that's fine. But let me just let you know. I was doing my mother's laundry. I got discovered like 1 in a million chance it'll never ever happen again. I'm like that commercial on TV where they say 1 out of every 1 billion something. That's how mine happened. So I couldn't begin to tell you where you should take your tape to or how you should do it. But what I can tell you is whether or not your packaging is good. So if you give me this CD and you're telling me that you're a great rapper and you're this and you're that, and then I look on the cover and it's just a whole bunch of naked girls and some bottles of champagne, I'm going to tell this ain't going to work. I can tell you that part. Mm-hmm. Now that part I can tell you. You know, and then they'll say, well, you know what, you think I should package it differently? At least I know what it should look like for someone to at least want to open it or listen to it.
Wow.
It sound like shit I'm telling them, though, bottom line. I'm not with the make you feel good.
Sometimes
what do you tell them? How do you tell a nigga
what do
he's
you
whack?
say?
What do you say when somebody hands you some whack?
Tell me I can't listen to this shit, bro. Somebody else, man. Serious. I can't listen to that. Maybe somebody else will like it, but that's not something I like.
We know how cold we used to be back in the day. I'm gonna tell you, we used to be cold.
Done.
No, let me tell you what
somebody else may like it. I don't.
Let me tell you what they used to do with cold chilling.
I know what he did.
Cold chilling used to take people's tapes. Tell them, listen, when you send us your demo, make sure you put it on high quality tape.
Metal tapes. It's exactly.
And then you know what they would do? When they take them and they do that, we put them in the box. And then when anybody needed a tape, they go into the demo box and take out the high quality tape and then put in the thing and put the little tape over the top and record on top of it.
That was good. That was way of not spinning.
I used to tell
the Maxwell tape.
Yeah.
Some people shouldn't.
Sony's were good too.
Look, that's me. That's me.
And I'm not.
I listen to the demos.
I never claimed to be the greatest rapper. I put myself at a 1 and Rakim at a 10. I know that these niggas can rap. They circles around me, but I know whack when I hear it. Like whack is whack. Okay, now I'm saying if I'm only 1 above whack, you are whacker than me. So you definitely ain't gonna make it. But I mean, I used to tell niggas like, listen, that tape you gave me, okay, the music needs some work. Okay, and the rap, you can tighten that up. Now there was a little bit of air before the music came on. Remember that little bit? That was dope.
You said the hiss.
Before the damn track started, that dead air had me in suspense like a motherfucker.
That's what got me, was the dead air.
No, that's being mean and rude.
But you know what else too? I don't hate. I'm not a hater, but I do hate when they rhyme on top of a hot beat that was a hit of someone else's. Because if I'm sitting here bobbing my head, I'm only bobbing my head
to the track.
For what the track was and what they used to say. So that means I'm sitting here thinking Biggie, not thinking, you know what I mean?
I know
that just makes it difficult for me.
Wow, we went in a lot of hate directions, right?
Damn,
a lot of
and
shit.
We wasn't even supposed to hate like that.
We don't hate, but it's
I'm not a hater.
But
we just hate
that shit.
There you go. Hey, yo, this is Ice-T, Final Level Podcast, and this is games. Now, everybody out there knows I'm a video gamer. I get off and on the games depending on how much I got to work. I do have a job, so therefore I can't sit in front of the video game all the time. But because I've had a Christmas vacation, I've been playing my games and stuff. And I got to admit, I kind of got burnt out on Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare, all that. And I got back into Borderlands. Borderlands is a game that a lot of y'all are familiar with. They came out with a game called the Borderlands pre-sequel, which is a game that's supposed to be before Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 came out. Borderlands is just a game for people that like to get guns. You run around this game, Mickey, all you do is you accumulate these weapons. In every level you get to, you get better and better guns. Mm-hmm. They got guns that shoot fire. They got guns that shoot like green sludge. And they got guns that shoot electricity. And all these damn guns. And I don't know. It's just like I'm a gun fucking pervert.
So you become a gun runner in that game.
You just go after more and more guns. And like when you shoot a motherfucker, you see like numbers jump off of him like he's dying. And he turns into sludge and shit. But people just want to know what game I'm playing. And right now I've been playing the Borderlands pre-sequel. It's got
Xbox or PS?
I'm still stuck on the Xbox because, like I told you, people give me the free Xboxes and stuff. I'm just kind of like, now that I've been playing Borderlands, I played it all the way through once. Now you get to play a Vault Hunter. It's called an advanced Vault Hunter. All the gamers are gonna know. This sounds like geek shit, but all the gamers know what I'm talking about. When you get to the second time, you start to think like, I'm about to play this game all over again. All I'm gonna do is get more guns. What the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I?
It's just a game to go pick up guns.
You just pick up guns and ammo. All you do, and you get, like when you're on level 31, you have to have a level 31 gun, and then you get the guns and you trade the guns, and then you take the guns to this thing called a grinder. The grinder turns these guns into better guns. It's like some gun shit. So yesterday I was playing the game and I just threw the controller down. Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm killing these dinosaurs and shit. So
hey,
I'm
that's
like,
what gamers do, baby. They love to play their games.
But this,
so how many levels you can get up to on this?
You get up to level 50.
And you had 31 already.
Yeah, and I don't know if I want to finish now. I'm just like in a warp right now, I'm looking for another game. I played, The Evil Within. It ran out too soon, and I don't know. I'm just like now in gamer warp where I'm looking. I bought this other Borderlands game, and it's not even really a game. It's a game where I got gypped. I play it, and it's some fucking.
Oh, you got gypped.
It's a story that you just hit A, B, or C, and it changes the way the story goes. It's like watching a cartoon. You don't get to shoot nothing, to kill nothing. So,
that's not a game you like. That you can't shoot and kill.
Right now, I'm in limbo. I'm in like this zone of games where I'm missing a new game that really has me excited.
Is there any new games out?
People are telling me to get some games. Like Halo's coming out, but I never played Halo. So
you kind of like down and out.
I'm down and out with my games right now.
Just collecting the guns though. You had 31, level 31.
I just got the 31, and I said I'm tired. I'm just done. I don't get where I'm going. I know where I'm going because you're playing the same game over again, and I'm just needing a new game, man. So maybe somebody on Twitter can tell me what game I should play that I'll be excited about. All right? And that was games. Hey, this is Ice-T, Roxanne, Shante, and Mick Benzo. Who is this?
Eva.
Hey, Eva. What's happening? You calling the podcast. What you want to talk about?
Hey, I didn't know I'd actually be on the air, but I just wanted to have the opportunity to tell you that I'm a fan of you and your many works.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry I'm so awkward. I'm hiding from my mom.
How old are you?
I'm 15, and I'm supposed to be doing the dishes, but I figured this was much more important.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Hiding from my mom.
Where are you?
I am.
Where do you live?
I live in a little town called Stronghurst in Illinois.
Okay. And you just decided to call the podcast. You probably watching Twitter or Facebook, and you said, I'm going to call Ice-T.
Yeah.
Well, that's just wonderful.
So sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, don't get in trouble. Why don't you go finish those dishes, okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
All right. You take care.
All right, you too.
Is anybody on the line? Who's there? This is Ice-T, Roxanne, Shante. Who's this?
Peace. This is Shamel Dana Folks from South Jamaica, Queens. What's up, everybody?
What's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
Say something to Roxanne.
I'm good. Yeah, hey, Roxanne. You know who loves you, baby. You know. You already know.
Well, thank you, sweetie.
Yeah. I saw. That's how I got through because of Roxanne on Facebook. But listen, Ice, man. I mean, from the gangster rap to the movies and the whole 9 yards, man, I'm on yours, man. Keep doing what you do. And that fly wife of yours, oh my goodness. Man, y'all got it together, man. I'm a big fan of both of y'all, man. I see you doing the rock thing too nowadays. I don't know what's up with that, but more power to you, baby. And Roxanne.
Yes, sweetie.
The Roxanne. And you said somebody else, is it Benzo?
Yes.
Peace to y'all. Happy New Year, and God bless you real good. You heard me?
All right, thank you.
That's fly, man. That's real fly. Thank you for calling in. Hey, who's on the line? This is Roxanne, Shante, and Ice-T with Mick Benzo.
What's up?
Who's this?
This is Mama Mia. How you doing?
Hey, Mama Mia, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
That's my man Michael Jackson, that baby.
What's happening? What's going on?
That's right. You heard that. You know that. I just, first of all, thanks for the opportunity. And I just wanted to let you know that I am a major fan of both you and Roxanne Shante.
Oh, thank you.
I am a female MC as well.
Okay.
And, man, girl, back in the day, I mean, I still bump that shit. I'm sorry, excuse the language.
That's what I'm talking about.
But, man, you have no idea how you both have influenced me as a hip-hop artist. Not only that, but I'm like a major forensics buff and Law and Order. Come on now. I think I've seen every episode that y'all have made. And We have something in common, Ice-T. My name is Tracy, too.
How you spell your name?
Tracy. You
spelled the right way. That's right.
That's right. Yup. The only way.
Well, it's easier. It's easier being a girl named Tracy. I had to fight a lot over that name. You know, it's like the boy named Sue.
I bet you did. I know. I get it too, because my last name is Garcia, and they like Tracy Garcia.
Right. You just punch him in the face. Yeah, but
man, I'm like so pumped right now. I cannot believe I'm on the phone with two of the biggest icons in the hip hop game. I'm like, my heart is like pounding right now.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
But you know, it's an honor to have Roxanne and you on the phone, because you know this is why we do this. You know, just for the love and the fact that you feeling what we tried to do. You feel me?
Absolutely. And you know what? Y'all were game changers. I mean, you know, if we could turn back the hands of time and bring the love for the music back the way it used to be, man, you had no idea. These kids nowadays have no clue where it derived from.
Absolutely, you're so right.
You know what it was, though? You probably were witness to the birth of a culture, you know, and when things are born, it's always raw. You know, we didn't know what it was, and it was a youth culture. It was made by kids that came up, and there is no new culture that has come after hip-hop. Like, that was the most recent one. There was the hippies. They came, you know, there was, you know, a movement, a early jazz movement, rock and roll, and then hip-hop, and that was a birth. No one knew what the break dances were. We didn't know that they were making something that would last forever. So being part of it was a birth of a culture that kids still live today. They're living a version of it, but they ain't breaking on the corners and having Adidas on, and it was a lot to be in hip hop.
And it was a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I just recently dropped a single. I'm not looking for any promo. I just want to tell y'all that I just dropped the track, and the title of it is Daddy Say. And basically it's based on my history in hip hop and how I dealt with so much bigotry and negativity, being I was raised by the old school Sicilian father. So hip-hop was unheard of. You know, I used to hide my notebooks under the bed, had to, you know, hide under the cover with my headphones on, listening to y'all. So I struggled with it too. My daddy was like, no, girl, we're not going to do this. We don't, So I totally understand. That's just coming from a different perspective. It was a big no-no in my household.
Well, God bless you, you know.
But yeah, y'all and y'all as well, and have a safe and happy New Year. And once again, thanks for being such an inspiration. You know, it means a lot. It really does.
Well, thank you for calling in. We really appreciate it. Happy holidays to you too, sweetie.
See, that's that love,
Gary,
love.
Indiana.
That's that love.
I'm going back to Gary, Indiana. Here I come, man.
That's crazy. Hey, this is this is Ice-T, Mick Benzo, the Human Dictionary, the Mictionary, and the one and only Roxanne Shante, who's on the line.
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Antarctic from the North Pole. I'm cold, Jack. I want to first and foremost.
That's Rockwell. That's Rockwell.
That's Rockwell.
We got you. Can't sneak in on us.
You can't do an Ice-T impersonation of Ice-T.
Nah, this is my real voice. This is what people get twisted. I sound a lot like this guy.
We got Rockwell in the building, baby.
I wanted to know what he thinks about my voice. But first and foremost, before all this starts, I want to wish y'all a happy holiday. Happy New Year. God bless. And y'all been doing a great thing, and this podcast is awesome. I love it. I listen to it, and it's just something that, you know, has inspired me to stay focused on what I do as well, because you always give a positive note.
Hey, look, for the listeners that's listening in, man, this is the gentleman that emulates my guy Ice-T. This is Rockwell.
He does a lot of people, though.
Yeah,
right?
he does DMX. You got DMX in there? Is DMX around?
DMX is in the building. I'm in the building. Always. You already know.
Hey,
Stop.
Is
I love what you do. I love it. I love it. I am inspired by everything you do. And that's coming from the big dog, DMX.
That's BMX.
BMX, baby. You know, I got my bike on deck. We also got Chub Rock on the scene, and I want to thank all you hip-hoppers out there.
That's Chub Rock?
Chub Rock, 1990. Chub Rock jumps up on the scene with the rain and a pocket full of rain. But first and foremost, I'm going to break this down real quick because a lot of people that don't know, like the dude that called before, Ice has been an inspiration to me. A very big inspiration throughout my whole hip-hop career since a child. Okay? Nick Benzo as well, because Nick Benzo has got a positive attitude, and Roxanne Shante slapping down UTFO.
Yo, where's Pop the Peanut? Where's Pop the Peanut at? Where's Pop the Peanut? Where you at?
There's a lot of people up in the building, but check this out. I used to listen to Rap Flow, talking about that way. To rock the mic in the disco. I used to like how that shit was going down with my own sound, so I try to write rhymes. Something like them. My boy said, that ain't you, Ice.
This nigga is crazy. I'm just shutting up. Listening to you.
I'm sitting back in shock like,
this nigga is crazy.
You know, but
hey, Rockwell, we about to go to the next caller.
That sound like them.
We about to.
All right, you stay doing what y'all do. Keep doing the positive thing. God bless you. This is Rockwell right here, and I want to let you know, y'all been great, man. I love the podcast. Happy New Year. Make all these wishes of the new year come true. And that's all I can say. God bless.
God bless, baby. Thanks, homie.
That was good. That was good.
That was
Anytime.
I catch it. I know his voice
we
when
got
I hear
DMX. Chub Rock jumped on the scene. That's what's up. Hey, there's a lot of people calling in tonight for Roxanne Shante. That's because you're a superstar. That's what happens. That's what happens. Who's on the line right now?
This is Anthea. I'm currently where am I? I'm in Boston, but I'm Australian.
Okay. So what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say, hey, I was in LA for your last concert with BC, and I was hanging with Coco, and we were having such a great time. It was my first concert of yours because I'm only 19, so back in the day I wasn't really around.
Hold up, I think I know who this is. Are you the girl that's a friend with Coco's that came and saw us in LA?
Yeah. I just wanted to hear, I don't know if y'all talked about it on the podcast tonight, but news Australia-wise has been going crazy with Sydney and all the tourism and stuff. I just wondered what your take on that was. Because for us, even though I'm in America, it was still such a shock. We'd never had anything like that go on or anything. So I was just wondering what you guys are thinking.
You know what?
On that whole
You know what? I'm not fully informed on the situation that happened out there because I try to tend to stay away from news. The news is just depressing to me as a whole. So I kind of take it in bits and pieces and try to deal with stuff that I can control. But I heard there was a situation over there. I mean, you want to give me a little outline of what really went down?
Yeah, sure. I stayed up all night watching it. So what went on was just about 10 days before Christmas, a guy who was Islamic, he came into a Sydney store in the CBD, in the main street of Sydney, and it was a Lindt cafe, a chocolate cafe, and he held up the whole store, and there were a number of hostages. I think there were about 15 in total, and during the day a few escaped, and it ended up going on for about 17 hours, and in the end it didn't resolve peacefully. And two people died, two of the hostages died, and also the Islamic man died as well in gunfire and going in.
How did he die? The cops came and ran in and killed him?
Well, what happened was throughout the day, two people escaped, and then another 3 people escaped, and this was 6 and 7 hours in, and then just before it happened, another 7 people just escaped, and they had to go in quick for the last few hostages, and they had to make a split call, and then 3 people ended up dying, including the hostage taker.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's I guess people in the United States are just numb to like access situations like that where people are taken hostage and all that stuff, and that probably doesn't happen that much in Australia. So you guys kind of got blown away by it. I just don't think any place is protected from crazy people, so to speak. People that just decide to do crazy things, you know, and, you know, whether they're connected to whatever type of radical or terrorist group, that's all up for discussion too, because a lot of time the news will put a spin on it. You notice how you said an Islamic man, you know? So it's just terrible. Yeah, for sure. It's just terrible. It's bad, you know, and hopefully, you know, you guys will recover from it. God bless the people that passed away. But, you know, anytime, at any moment, we could all be put in danger. I mean, my next door neighbor could decide he wants to come over here and barricade himself in here, you know, and, you know, gonna kill us all unless he gets some Domino's pizza. You know, I don't, you know, never know. I like Chris Rock said, whatever happened to good old crazy? You know, there's crazy people all over the world, but thank God your people are safe and your friends and family are safe, and it's terrible. But, you know, it's not much I can really comment on. But thanks for calling into the podcast, okay? And thanks for being a fan of Coco. Thank you very much for being such a solid supporter. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, Roxanne.
Yes, babe.
Fans called in. You know how it is. It's good having a female here for the female opinion, especially somebody like you who I really respect. It's been wonderful. It's been real wonderful. So what's going on? Anything you want to promote on the way out of the show? So make all the listeners, you know, we got a lot of people listening to this every week.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I would just say that what they can do is follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook, and they're all under the letter I, the letter M, Roxanne Shante. So that's IMROXANNE SHANTE, all one word. And I can keep you up to date on everything because I'm one of those people who truly post. I put up Instagram pictures. I'm a Facebook person. So just follow me and I'll just keep you up to date on everything.
Yo, I mean, we got to say no more. I'm saying this is rap royalty. There's only a few people to get that term, you know, rap royalty. You know, were you, one last thing, were you the only female member of the Juice Crew?
Actually, originally, yes. Up until the very latter part of the Juice Crew, we did have a sister named Glamorous.
Okay, but you the OG member of the Juice Crew. You the mother of the family. Yes. Everybody had to be your DJ. But as
any mother of the family, you know, you got to include every family member. That's just the way you keep
That's how fly she is.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mick, this has been a good podcast.
Oh, number 27 with why they had to go and make a record about me.
The ROXANNE.
Roxanne Shante. Yeah. Do us a favor. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Please believe it.
Peace.
We out of here.
That's how I'm living. 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 That's how I'm living.